Tonight I'm going to be doing one of my favorite things ever, pork carnitas. We're going to do it in the pressure cooker tonight to make it easy on ice. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to go ahead and put a dry rub of herbs and spices on my pork, maybe an hour, 2 hours beforehand. And often people will put those in the fridge. I'm not really worried about it, so I let it come out to room temperature. It sweats a little bit of the extra fluid out of the meat and puts some of the spices in deep. I really enjoy the way it works out for me. Now this is just a seasoning of chili powder, red pepper flake, cumin, dried garlic, and paprika. And I'm just going to coat this like you would a dry rub for if you were doing ribs on the barbecue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this coat it as much as I can, and then I'm going to let it rest and come up to room temperature and probably just sit for an hour or so at room temperature. You do what you want when it comes to that, but this is how I do it. You can put it in the refrigerator for an hour now, but I prefer to let the meat come to room temperature before I do Interesting things with the pork tonight, but it all really works out in just about any pork recipe you do. Some ingredients just really go with pork. Nice. Pressure cooker goes on to heat up. I'm going to go ahead and get some oil in there. Not a whole lot, maybe 2 tablespoons maximum. Now let that heat up. The oil is super hot. It's ready for the meat. Once the meat has seared itself off real good, I'm going to go ahead and take it out, add the onion, let the onion get transparent, put the meat back in, add my fluid and juices, and close it up and cook it for about 30 minutes or so. Remember, you're not cooking the meat right now, you're just browning it up some. Hot oil is essential to a good sear. Get that browned off real quick like that, take it out so it doesn't overcook, and go ahead and put the rest of your ingredients in and get them browned off as well. You can hear now that the oil has cooled off significantly after the meat's been added, and that's why I use room temperature meat. What it does is it doesn't cool the oil down as much as if you would use refrigerated meat. Take the meat out, transfer it back to the aluminum foil. Now that the meat's out and the oil has cooled some and there's some seasoning still in that oil, I can go ahead and add the onion. Throw some of that onion in right now and get that all browned up. Go ahead and use the onion to scrape all that brown goodness off the side and bottom of your pan. That's all flavor. Alright, it's time to add that meat in. I'm going to go ahead and use half this orange and juice it down. It's going to be outstanding in this particular dish. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the pineapple cider. Finally, I'm going to add the orange soda. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on and let it come up to temperature. Now I'm going to let it go ahead and come up to temperature and cook for about 30-35 minutes. I'm probably going to go ahead and supreme this orange to to use in the tacos themselves. That removes the rind and takes off all the white bitter bits.
When you stop it, 1 and 3. When you whisper and this one's there. Will you kindly kill it down for me? There is one cash on it in the bingo. All he tells why she's crazy crinkle. As he pulls up, he does head laughing.
It's real easy to come in. Hope you can see that. And just kind of pop them out. Like that. Nice. You can tell a good lime because it's firm, but it's still soft to the touch. It'll have some good juice in it. And I'm just gonna quarter these. Use one for the avocado. Now avocado, again, needs to be tender to the fingertip, but not overly mushy. Cut around the edge, feeling the hit in the center, and separate it out. Go ahead and give the pit a tap, pop it right out. And I'm going to sprinkle some lime juice on it, and that'll stop it from browning while I'm waiting for the meal to be done.
I am Francisco Vasquez Garcia. I am welcome to Almeria. And we have Cingas and Can Leche. We have Fiesta and Faria. We have the son of the Chinchona. We have brandy and half Corona. And Leonardo and his accordion. And calamari and macaroni. Come all you rambling boys of pleasure. And ladies of easy leisure, we must say adios until we say Amaria once again. Whispers and this one's there. Will you kindly kill it down for me? There is one cash on it in the bingo. All he tells why she's crazy crinkle. As he pulls up, the doll's head laughing. And Miraldo throws his body in the sea. And all you rambling boys of pleasure, the ladies of easy leisure, we must say adios until we say Amaria once again. Sauce